was thrilled to see that you guys were coming back after, I don't even want to do the math, how many years it's been since
Many.
you've
So it was right after Watergate.
How would you say your characters have changed since we last saw them?
Oh my God. You're going to discover that they've gone through a lot of things. You're going to meet them now as parents, co-parenting this child, a very fantastic child who happens to also be in real life a gymnast and who happens to want to do her own stunts on the show. So she could
Sort of reminds me of somebody.
Someone, yes. And so it was like perfectly cast. And we always say there's a little bit of like magic when these things happen that is obviously not up to us. It's sort of like the universe just throws it. Okay, I'm not going to go into that world again, but it's true. And so you just have to embrace it and say, of course she ended up here with us because she's fantastic. But yeah, I don't know if that answers anything, but I probably went into a tangent and that's okay. You can finish it.
I just got that thing that my kids get sometimes where you start staring.
Oh, yeah.
You know the stares? I'm coming out of it. Don't worry, it's coming out. What was the question? Sorry, I lost the plot.
How has Tony changed since we last saw him?
Well, he's
a dad.
Yeah, he's a dad. I would say part of the reason that the show was made to begin with is fans ask so many questions about what's going on with what happened when they did they ever do this? What they should do
Are they
that.
together? Like,
Right.
are they? Where are they? You know, they had all these questions, and they
Right.
were fascinating questions. We had the same questions,
And they
so-
had to go to like fan fiction in order to get them answered. So this is kind of like the ultimate fan fiction, but real world creation. And what's beautiful about it is the characters are the same. They are very much the dynamic between them is that repartee, the thing that we were doing in the panel discussion with Dietzen. It's like we can play with each other and we find that same energy, but that energy is about the truth. And it's about trusting that we can tell each other the truth and play with each other in a way. And that's Michael and Cody, but that's also Tony and Ziva. Like, I mean, we trust each other more than Tony and Ziva trust each other.
Yes,
right?
I think so.
And so that's kind of an interesting thing for us to play because we know where they can get to.
And I think before Tony and Ziva trusted each other more than
Maybe.
Cody and Michael.
Well, it could be. So that's what's changed. Boy, that's
complex.
Let's
get into it.
You're going to need like Grok to explain that to you over
I
on.
don't think so.
No, Grok's going to have a screwed up answer for that.
One thing I really enjoyed in the pilot was seeing Ziva's mental health kind of touched on. Because it was unexpected to me. I'm curious how much more of that we will see.
I think you're going to see a journey. It's going to be an exploration of what's happened to her in the past years and what she's struggling with, and we go into it, you know, throughout 10 episodes, and it's a nice journey. Actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of therapy. There's a lot of therapy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone who probably needs therapy would be Tony.
Well,
Oh, stay tuned.
and find out.
Let's just say, what are you most excited for the fans to see with this new show?
I think the characters coming together. I think just seeing them together, it's going to be something that they've been asking for many years and something that we've wanted to give them, you know. So basically answering their questions about like whatever happened to these characters, where are they now? Are they together? You know, I think it's going to be a little bit of a journey of them trying to make things work,
Right.
trusting each other, possibly confronting feelings that they didn't think they had. Maybe they do. What are we going to do with them? How are we going to deal with that? You know, so we're presenting all of that in these 10 episodes, and then we'll see.
Yeah, and to me, it's all of that delivered in a cinematic way. Like
Yes.
the journey is stunningly beautifully well shot. It is extraordinary, and the locations and the crew and the cast that's been assembled to help us tell this story. That's what I'm also excited for the audience, for the fans to see. Is like, wow, like this is just completely like over the top big layer cake of NCIS. It starts with these characters and it just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
It's like a Denozo fever dream about like what kind of movie he would be in if there was ever a movie about him.
But by the way, that's kind of how it happened in the mothership. You know, we had all of these characters, and then little by little, you start sort of understanding how each of them live and what their quirks are and what makes them tick, and so I think you're going to find out a lot about them throughout the season, and we fell in love with them, so I think you may too.
Thank you. I love the first episode. Can't wait for more.
Thank you.